Hey guys, how's it going? My name's Matt, and if you guys haven't seen me before, that's for a good reason, because I'm actually the customer service representative for EMAX USA. And I've been going through a lot of your guys' questions that you've been sending me through email to find the best ones that I can make this YouTube video for you guys to help you along. And one of the common questions is, I already have a ready to fly kit, but I lost my drone. It either went too high out of sight or I lost it in a field somewhere and I can't find it. Can I buy a bind and fly drone and bind it to my transmitter and goggles that I already have? And the answer is yes. But you have to do a couple little tweaks to your drone to get it to be able to bind to your E6 transmitter and work properly. So that's what I'm going to show you today. I got my E6 transmitter and I got a bind and fly drone from EMAX USA. And we're gonna go inside and hop on the computer and I'm gonna show you exactly what you need to do to get this guy to work properly with your E6 transmitter. So let's go inside to my computer and show you what we got. All right, now we're inside sitting in front of our computer and we have our Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle right here. But before we even plug this into the computer, we need to make sure that you have the proper Betaflight installed. And we're gonna go to our website first. We're gonna go to EMAX USA. And once here, you're going to be able to see our home page. And what I want you guys to focus on is there's a couple of tabs. There's a support and there's a customer support. So at the very, very top, we're going to go ahead and hit customer support. Once here at our customer support page, you'll be able to scroll down and see some general troubleshooting questions, frequently asked questions like why is our video fuzzy, and it'll go through some basic troubleshooting of getting your video optimal and some other questions that commonly come up. We put all those right here, but what I want you to go to is our knowledge base. And our knowledge base is basically like the frequently asked questions, but a little bit more in depth. So once here at the knowledge base, you're going to scroll down and find the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. So once you scroll down here, you'll see right here there's Tiny Hawk 2. Right below it is Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. And I want you guys to go ahead and click the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle BNF RTF manual firmware CLI and binding link. Once you click that link, it's going to open up another page that gives you all the information on what firmware to run, the manuals, what Betaflight to run, and so on. So if you scroll down a little bit, it's going to say download and install Configurator 10.6. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to click the link to Betaflight. And once you get to this page, you're going to go ahead and scroll down to the bottom. And at the bottom of the page, you're going to find a couple of different versions of the Betaflight 10.6. Since I'm using a PC, I'm going to use the Win32. If you're using a Mac or a Linux, you're going to want to click that file specific to your computer. So once I click on it, it's going to automatically download it for me. And then once it's downloaded here at the bottom left, I'm going to click on that and it'll open up another page for me. Now it's saying, do you want this app to make changes to your computer? Go ahead and say yes. We know it's a trusted source. Now, once it's finished downloading, a little window is going to pop up and ask you if you want to launch the Betaflight configurator. Go ahead and hit yes. And that's going to open up the Betaflight 10.6 configurator. Now you're going to go ahead and connect your Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle to your computer. And you're going to want to make sure that you use a data transfer USB cable rather than a charging USB cable. The one that comes with the kit is data transfer, so you can go ahead and use that. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in my Tiny Hawk Freestyle right now. And you're going to see at the top it says COM3. That's just telling you that it's connected to one of your USB ports. So you're going to go ahead and hit connect up top. So once connected, you can go through here and you can look at a couple of different things and see that it's already set up. And that's set up for a TAER channel mapping. But since we're using the E6 EMAX transmitter, we're going to have to change a couple of things. And the easiest way to do this is I'm just going to go back to our EMAX knowledge base where we were at for the Tiny Hawk 2 Freestyle. And if you go here, you'll be able to see that it says RTF CLI or a BNF CLI. And since we're already on the BNF CLI, we're going to want to go ahead and open up the RTF CLI command. Now, once the CLI command is open, you're going to want to go ahead and select all. So you can highlight all of it, but what I like to do is go to the bottom and highlight down here and if you just drag up, it'll start to select all of it. And go ahead and copy that CLI command. Now we're gonna go ahead and take that over to Betaflight. So we're gonna open up Betaflight again, and on the left hand side of the Betaflight configurator when you're connected, it's gonna say CLI. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the CLI tab. Once here, you'll see it's a text dialog box, and at the bottom it says write your command here, press tab for autocomplete. What we're gonna do is go ahead and right click there, and you're gonna hit paste. And you'll only see the very last word of the command that we pasted there, and that's save. So what we're gonna do is hit enter after this. Now it's gonna do its thing. It's gonna put in all the commands that we just copied from the RTF CLI, and it's gonna insert it into your drone. And after it's all completed, since there's save at the bottom of the command, it's gonna go ahead and save that and reboot the drone. So we'll just wait until this is all done. And there you go, it rebooted your drone and put you back to the main menu of Betaflight. Now if we hit connect and go into the receiver tab, you're gonna see that it changed the channel mapping to AETR1234. That is the correct channel mapping that we wanna be on for the E6 transmitter. And it changed a couple other things like the modes, that way your switches will work properly like they did when you had your original drone. Now, since this is all done, there's nothing else we have to go in and change. So we can go ahead and hit disconnect up top, and we can disconnect our drone. And then the next step is going to be go ahead and take your E6 transmitter and take your new bind and fly drone that you just changed all the settings onto, and we're gonna bind them together. So I'll show you that right now. So now we're back outside, and we're gonna have to put these into bind mode to get them to bind together. And I already have my batteries all set up, ready to go on my Tiny Hawk Freestyle. So we're gonna start with the Tiny Hawk Freestyle. You wanna put that into bind mode before you put your E6 transmitter into bind mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Tiny Hawk Freestyle and plug it in. Now with it plugged in, you're gonna look on the bottom of the drone, and it's gonna be towards the front of the aircraft, and you're gonna find the bind button to be right down inside there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take something non-metallic like this plastic scraper, or maybe if you have a toothpick, go ahead and use that instead of something that's metallic, because you don't want to slip off and end up short-circuiting your flight controller. Now once you press the bind button, you can flip it back over, and now you can see that your LED is solid blue. That means you're in bind mode. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take our E6 transmitter and we're gonna turn it on. Now this next part, I'm gonna have to walk a little bit away from the camera, because you wanna be about 2 to 3 feet away from your drone while you're putting it in bind mode. But all you have to do to put this E6 transmitter into bind mode is hold these two trim buttons down until you see a red light. Once you see the red light, you're gonna let go, and it's gonna start flashing red and green. It's kind of hard to see out here, but you'll see it in this ring. Another thing you'll notice on the drone, it started flashing blue. That means that it's binding. And as soon as you take it out of bind mode, it'll turn back to solid blue. So that's all you have to do for the binding procedure. So we're gonna go ahead and recycle both the power on the quad and the transmitter, and we're gonna check if it works. Now we should be able to flip our arm switch right here, and the propeller should spin up. And there you go, now your quad's bound to your E6 transmitter. Alright guys, hopefully this video helped you out a bunch, and if you want to see more videos like this, make sure to hit that subscribe and notification bell, and make sure to comment down below on what type of videos you would like to see. Is it more tech related videos, or maybe it's some unboxing videos of our new products coming out soon? Until the next one, I'll catch you later.